What the fuck is this little thing like? This is bright. Hopefully this sounds okay. I think we do. I'm trying to fix the AC a little bit. See what's on I might sneeze. Okay, who's over here? Let's see. Laura said, I was hoping maybe it was okay if I get a general read. Nah. Nah. Nothing general, man. New people get the free shit. People I ain't never seen before, never dealt with before, get the free shit. Thanks for listening, though. Pre-Empress in the chat. No, Jen, what that was my bad. Wasn't that word that was in the book. It don't matter. Like I said, nothing free for anyone who's been here before. You're gonna have to, pay the troll toll eventually, right? At the end of the day, the services are here for people who need them. You know what I mean? And so, like, when I'm, trying to garner different type of energy, different type of response, I'm not always going to be doing the handouts. You know what I mean? So, it say free in the title, but it specifically said free for new people. You know what I mean? And new people, new energy, new subscriber to the channel. That's just me being real. No disrespect. But you asked. I like when I get my returning people too. It's just not one of those days. And when I'm still new, I swear to God, I've been seeing your ass up in here, Lord. I swear to God. It wasn't the first thing you said, though. You said, hello again, I've been hoping to catch another one of your readings. I was hoping maybe if it's okay if I made it get a general reading. Maybe, I might be tripping or whatever, but like I said, I'm going to use my intuition on this one and say you probably been in here and I probably been read you. Because keep in mind, when there is somebody new and you do talk and chat, listen, I ain't no motherfucking detective. I ain't Sherlock, but I feel like you being here. I can't remember everyone, but at the same time, I feel like you done being here. You know what's up already. You know how that shit work already. It's not one of those days where I'm just willing to give the energy out to anyone. I'm not running low or nothing. I just feel like there's a specific route I'm looking for. Like, specifically, I think today, a lot of Libras, a lot of air sign, like, kind of be dancing, but like specifically Libra. We have Libra, of course Virgo always up in my shit. I said Libra though. They keep bringing y'all's up. I don't know what. I don't know what the hell is going on with y'all. But Libra and Aquarius are like so big in the energy, like this whole entire morning. And also Leo, obviously Leo, right? Obviously Leo. But we kept getting those songs running by again and again and again. I could not ignore them. Kimberly, you always stop me by a breath of fresh air. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, MJ. A Leo. Breath of fresh air. Thank you. What's going on with y'all? Aqua gang gang. See, look, what is with y'all, dude? I say the sign and you there. I say the two signs and you there. Aquarius and Leo be talking about y'all. Libra too. And yo, it's wild. Next week is my birthday. Oh, okay. So she came in with a birthday girl energy. You know? She feeling bad. If you see my head on a swivel, it's because I'm looking at a big chat over here, and I'm looking at my music over here. So don't worry about it. And I know the camera's right here, so when I read, I'm gonna try to look right there. They be talking about Kim Possible. If somebody's wondering if like there's a cheater from the past coming back into their life, and you trying to do like some type of deep dive on them or something like that, some type of service on them, maybe it's like you doing tarot on them, or you doing some type of astrology to try to see if they're a cheater or still a cheater, they're a cheater. I don't know why like that's very complicated for you to like break down in your head and understand. It's like, yeah, there's some people who are redeemable in the cheating realm, where like they can get over that hump of like having sexual insecurity and intimacy issues. But then there's also certain types of people that will just like terrorize you with cheating. Like just keep going down the lot and not give a fuck. It's like, but you've been knowing because of how distant this person's energy is, whether it was in y'all's relationship in the past, right? Exes or whatever. You've been knowing that this person's a cheat, yo. Lying, cheating, scheme. You gotta stop lying to yourself though, because that's the main problem. He said, so crazy because the person on my mind has been a Libra. But he's in a whole mess, so I keep my distance. There you go. This shit, there you go. They keep talking about people fighting like the sex demons. They keep talking about the sex demons, and this is specifically, this is not like a demonic entity. This is a human being that emulates like demonic energy when they having sex, and it's not even that it's addictive, and it's not even that it's good. It's just that they're letting out all their anger and emotions into the bedroom, and it feels overwhelming. It's literally not even addicting. It's scary. I think it's scary for some folks. And it's not the type of shit where it's like, a little BDSM here and there. This is like crazy. This is like shit that you should not be withstanding if you are in that type of relationship. It's like not when they eat it up and beat it up good. Okay? It's not like somebody going in on you. It's like somebody going in on you. Like trying to kill you type shit. I don't like that. And to begin with, we had only almost 14 minutes. So who the fuck are we talking about? Who the fuck are we talking? Don't you sit in the chat and just be quiet now. Who the fuck are we talking about? Who are we reading right now? Aquarius. I feel like we reading Aquarius right now. Somebody like some freaky deaky shit. They're like doing I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because YouTube gonna eat me. They like some wild motherfucking shit, dude. They talk about homemade shit. It's possible that someone likes porn so much. Someone's a like avid watcher of porn, where it's like it's in your best interest if this person is selling you. If filming you is what I meant to say, but if they're trying to sell you, girl, y'all ladies out there, ladies, my home ladies. What the fuck are you doing letting a nigga film you like that? And you're like, well, those are like my, that's where I express myself and whatever. And I feel like, you know, I want this man's to have like photos and images and this. Someone is selling themselves as you. So not only is somebody like using your pictures, using your videos and stuff for money, they are literally being you, like catfishing people. I understand like the trust and shit, but if this rings true to you, okay, just listen. Listen to when I'm talking to, listen to the fucking frequency about this shit, okay? Hold on a second, right? This isn't just for everyone, because at the end of the day, you know, everyone kind of want to do a little something like a runner-up, you know what I mean? A stage coach, a little runner-up, a little step-up, you know what I mean? You know, just to the sexual fun and intimacy and that sort. But we ain't talking about nothing normal and usual. This is like you be doing it a lot. This role play, whatever this game is, you be doing this shit a lot. Okay? It's too much, right? It's like too much. It's like how much content do you really need before you just make a porn channel, right? And maybe you have made that channel. Maybe you have going in on them endeavors. But if you're somebody who's like, I feel like he's doing something weird with this shit, it's because he is doing something weird. He's pretending to be you, like he's pretending to be you. He's even talking like you in the DMs, and you think the shit is funny, but I'm telling you, when somebody else gets hooked on your pictures and start putting them out there on the internet, you ain't gonna like the shit. Especially when you start seeing that shit pop up on Facebook and people start trying to find you and deep search you and selling them on the market, the black market and shit and all that. Come on now. Put that shit away. And if you, man, put that disco stick away. You already know. Most ladies ain't want to see that, and there's probably a man behind the screen. You know that. And most ladies want to see that shit in person and see what it could do. Most ladies ain't trying to see all that. Maybe the body, right? But be real though. Be real with yourself. Would she really want to see this many pictures of your thing? Probably not. Probably not. Let's put it that way. Keep the partner to keep the partner in the pants up shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, they make me feel so good about myself and da da da. Stop. Stop. There is no privacy no more. That's what you gotta understand. And so when you're dealing with someone that you don't even really fully trust, it's like, oh well, you know, he getting all sexy and he be rubbing on, touching on, and sending this and doing that. If you really don't think he don't got like another phone to screenshot your shit or to look at your shit on Snapchat or do this and do that, and you doing all sorts of kinky dinky shit, you must be out of your goddamn mind. Seriously, you must be out of your goddamn mind that people ain't doing this shit. Someone might expose you for doing that behind someone's back. Vice versa. You might expose someone for doing that behind someone's back. Someone's got a whole baby, a whole child, and a whole wife. Might be a Gemini. They talk about Gemini. They talk about Erica Badu. And Erica is a what? Pisces. Okay. Okay, Gemini and Pisces. I see you. I see you. Crazy. Easy on the eyes is what someone will call you. You sexy. You fine. And like, do you got any friends? Like, you got any friends you fuck? You know, friends with benefits? They be asking you all these damn questions. They got friends like this, friends like that. You want to go out for some drinks, so you want me to bring the Henny over and we can dance on it. Like, come on now. Be real. Be realistic. Don't this seem like a little bit shady, right? And if it's a female, you already know the deal where it's like she's trying to run you for your check and shit. She's trying to take your wallet and run the fuck off. And it's like you charming and shit, but you're not that charming. It's like when someone be like laughing about everything that you be saying. It's like, oh my god, you gonna bring the Hetty over? Oh my god, I love to drink with you and this night. They doing too much. Too motherfucking much. And someone's part of the part of a whole group of females that be doing this to people. A group of men and women, scammers. The scammers, I guess, catfish. More Gemini. You like, well, it is nice to just like stay at a distance from someone and sex them from afar or deal with a relationship from afar. Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the motherfucking nose, because you ain't know who the fuck you talking to. Even if you see that nigga on video, you don't know who the fuck you think you talking to. You don't know the nigga. You don't know the woman. To say you don't know him. So why you acting like you know him? Like, oh my god, we've been talking for mad long, da 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 da. Have you ever like met this person more than once in person? More than one time? How regular is this communication and contact in person? Because you don't know a lot. You don't know a lot about a motherfucker. They talk about an Aquarius now. You might be an Aquarius or someone with heavy Aquarius. Sunshine ain't never going on. Dance to this song. Someone giving someone free food or free something for some pussy. We still playing them games? Oh, I think we old enough out here. I feel like we old enough. Like someone really thinks someone is a whole clown. It's like, bitch, you really out here buying food for me now? That's crazy. Someone is like laughing their ass off about this shit. They're like, you really want that dick or pussy so bad that you out here buying food for people? That's crazy. Someone having a hoot, dude. Like, I see someone hooting like a motherfucking owl, crying real tears over this shit, smiling and shit. And when I see this person, it's like, how do you not know this though? It's like, okay, yeah, we can be blinded by like what the gift of gab, like when someone's intelligent, I guess we can be blinded by that. And if you, especially if you're an air sign, because we do have a lot of that type of energy up in here, the air. You gotta understand, it's like when you use too much like brains, it can also be a problem. When you don't trust that feeling and that emotion, when you're out of place, you feel disjointed, you don't feel like yourself. Like there's reasons for that, and it might not always be obvious, but at the end of the day, that's why you do your research, you do your detective work. In, at the end of the day, you don't have to trust everything someone says, even though, like I said, even if you aren't with them every step of the way, every single day, you gotta notice the behavior though, like the physical behavior. When you see this person move, when you see this person act, you can't keep playing that same game in your head where you're like, okay, I'm tripping. Because the more you say you're tripping, the more you're not tripping. You know what I mean? It's like the more you try to ignore this shit and pass it off as something that oh, well, no, it can't be this. What you mean? It can't be this. No way. The more you say shit like that, the more it is, though. The more it is. So you gotta stop. You know what I mean? You gotta stop. I isolate when I overthink because of my emotions. I'm gonna go off and say that's a good thing, because then you're actually able to think about some shit. You're able to actually like cope with it, right? And once you've already made your mind up and come back to a situation, then you don't even have to have a discussion. You already know what you want. You already know where you're at. Thank you, Angela, for the membership. Welcome back. But like, I think that a lot of this process is all about like your ability to see that as someone intelligent is still able to fuck you over. Because at the end of the day, you can say, oh, this is the smartest person I ever met. They have the biggest wig and this and that. It's like, it don't mean they're going to treat you like you're smart. They treating you like you're a dumb sack of shit. I even overthink my isolation of overthinking moments. It's a mess. I get it. No, I totally get it. As someone with a lot of air in my shit myself, I understand what that feel like. But at the end of the day, you got to know how good that is for you. The fact that you're able to process things. Because if you process them, you also processing faster than most people, right? You don't just on the spot just pop off either, you know. And I'm sure you can get to that point, but it's like it takes a lot to step back and actually think about things before you say them. So that's the only thing I say with that. But I'm just saying, like, some of us, dog, some of y'all, like, well, I'm talking to someone so intelligent, so smart, I never talked to nobody like them before, da 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 da. Dude, they talking to you like you a fucking fool, dude. He said you a fool for that love. They said, hey man, they be playing with your spirituality too, or playing with your religion, playing with like your the sound of your voice and your religion, and mocking you and doing some weird shit. Like, that's crazy, doing some weird shit. Just doing, he was mocking you. Well, MJ, you did not. So I saw prayed, and that's the only word I saw throughout that whole entire thing. So you said, I had a nightmare a few days ago. I saw the devil, but as a human. He was sitting on my stomach, and when I tried to wake up, I wanted to reach out my phone, but he wouldn't let me. But I prayed, and then he was slowly gone. Come on now, MJ. Did you hear what I just said? I can't even remember what the fuck I just said. If you scroll back and listen to what the fuck I just said, mocking you when you pray and shit. Like, spiritually mocking you, religiously mocking you. Where it's like he don't take that shit seriously. It's like he plays and plays and plays and plays. But like he don't take that shit seriously. He be mocking you. Like, you're mocking your voice when you do it even. When you be like, amen, I don't know, listen, I don't know no Bible prayer. Okay? But I have nothing against y'all. But when you hear a nigga mocking you, like, well, I'm not religious like you. You know, I come from a place of logic. But even though you come from a place of logic, there is no reason, way, rhyme, or reason you have to disrespect anyone in their religion. In anyone, in any capacity. Unless they're an abusive fucking prick, right? And that's person to person, right? There is no motherfucking reason why you have to disrespect someone in their religion. Unless they are a piece of shit. And they try to bother you and fuck with you. So, tell me that ain't... Come on now. Tell me that ain't something. So, because that sounds like something to me. To pray and force myself to pray, and my stomach got tight and went away. I cried so much, but I'm also not religious at all. And you don't have to be to pray. You know, the desperation, and it tells you how that there is a belief in you, regardless of where it's at, who you're praying to, and what it is. You knew that someone was going to help you. And that's the thing. In these situations where we're dealing with the 3D, where we have to kind of tackle not only sexual energy, but also emotional energy. Also, like, you know, residual energy from past people. When you have to tackle all that on your own, like, that's hell. That's hellscape. Okay? Because you can't do it on your own. That's why you pray to other things and other people and other energies. That's why. You know what I mean? So make sure that you really paying attention to that when what they're telling you. Even if you're having a threatening dream where you feel threatened, you got to realize what that physically embodies for you. What does that physically tell you about your surroundings? How safe do you actually feel? Because your dreams is a recognition of your sanity, your safety, your feelings, and your emotions. So how is it, like I said, that shit like that be happening, but only when you're with a certain person or talking to a certain person? You know what I mean? How is it that it happens that way? You have to question it. In order to actually deep dive into it and to understand it, in order to keep it from happening again, you have to start questioning things. Because that's the only road. And it's not about trust issues. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's like when you know someone fucking with you, when you know someone hate you, type shit. When you know someone deep down hates you, even if they pretend, even if they act like this, act like that, you gotta know. You gotta see the cycle on this shit before it's too late, type shit. Before you get knocked up, you know, pumped full of demon sperm, demon semen, whatever. Before you get knocked the fuck up. And even my jaw clicked when I said that, knocked the fuck up. And then and then I got pain in my motherfucking shoulders. Demon semen. Pure Justice, you said, been waiting to have you pull for me. Cash up your first 3 cards to come out. Okay, let me check on my Cash App, y'all. 1 second, too. Let me pop open the window just a little bit more to let this candle kind of air out. I feel like it's just wafting back in my face. Alright, let me be right back real quick. Okay, I'm back. Now, there was also another message before I check on these people that did the Cash App. Um, there was another message, and y'all know that show that recently came out with The Weeknd, and he's an Aquarius, so keep this in mind, y'all. Now, keep it in clutch when it comes to up here, right? You know how they depicted kind of like the mind fuckery in that? How it was kind of like silly, but at the same time, people still kept watching it because they're like, this is really fucked up. That's the type of shit that I pick up on when it comes to the person that some of y'all is dealing with. I really feel like not only do they like keep you company, but they also keep several different people company with the same type of energy, with the same dark shit, the same fuck shit. They do the same motherfucker, literally the exact same thing. They say the exact same thing. It's like a narrative or like written down on a piece of paper. Like if you went on their phone, you probably see notes about how they've texted and talked to other people, and like exactly what they send out to people, like several different people, the same thing, the exact same thing. They talk the exact same way. It's so crazy, dude. I'm doing like the Weeknd shit where he's like, oh, stick that brush in your hair, I'm gonna beat you with a brush or something. Like talking about people's trauma and joking about it, playing about it. Not funny. It's not funny, and it's gross, and it's weird. Like, oh, you have this type of trauma, and they're making it into a sexual thing. Like, that shit's crazy, dude. That's nuts. You gotta get the fuck away from that motherfucker. It's crazy. Not funny at all. Yeah, someone wants to be the only person that you could possibly talk to. The only motherfucker. They will make sure you feel like the loneliest person on this planet. They will make sure to feel like, to minimize everything about you in order to make you feel the smallest. Dude, what is up with Nightbot? I thought I turned... Stop spamming cat. Nightbot, I thought I turned you fucking off, dude. Nightbot, what the fuck you doing? Sorry, that's my mod. That's one of my mod systems. I thought I turned that little bitch off. It said, "Who the heck are you, my evil twin?" They need to stop. They need to stop with that shit. Sorry about that, y'all. I thought I turned Nightbot off. I'm gonna have to actually go on that from the damn website. Y'all be careful with sending out all caps and stuff. It will boot you. The bot will boot you. I promise y'all. It's like a little, it helps me with moderating, but at the same time, I feel like it goes a little too far sometimes. So just be aware of that. Cash App, but also I'm still a newbie to all this, so you just do your thing. I've just been itching for a reading, several months, and you and one other. Yeah, sorry about that. That Nightbot be doing extra. I literally took him out of that's don't make no sense to me. I'm not techie at all. I'm not techie. Okay, the first one I'm gonna do is Laura, then Jazz. Laura and then Pure Justice. Excuse me. Gross. I apologize. That's a trip. I was like, holy cow, I promise y'all, that's something I implemented. It is something that I implemented. Let's see. What did you even read, Laura? What was you looking? You said you was just looking for whatever, but let's see. What can I do with you for you? What can I do for you? Oh yeah. Trying to think. I mean, I can do like a little general or do the OP or something. Let's see what's up. Because you don't have any question. Do you have a yes or no question or anything? Like, or are you just looking for what? It's anything. For my I'm kind of stuck on my super affirmative. Oh shit! Is it glitch? Why is it glitching like that? Shit. See everything. Oh. Let me look at this shit. It's okay. Laura is fine. Theo, make sure you read the description for before you just be posting shit. Thank you. But Laura, that's fine. It don't matter. Like, we ain't all on our shit. It's cool. You know, I think the expectation is not for you to be in like perfect stage. It's more or less like, you know, I love making people smile, making people laugh, but at the end of the day, we're here for real life shit. We trying to talk about real life shit. We trying to get into it. Like I said, no disrespect to anyone who's up in here just trying to listen and try to, like, you know, be like, you know, I'm gonna pick up a few things at the end of the day. I know I don't really need it. It's like, I'm glad that y'all listen. I really am. I'm genuinely glad that you guys will listen and take things in, soak it in, and think on it. At least think on it. You know, that's the main thing that I want you to get from this, Laura. It's not that I'm trying to, you know, bust your balls or anything like that when it comes to like getting a reading and stuff like that. It's just purely the fact that when you come in, please do it with purpose, right? And I know you here for a purpose. So, like I said, you wouldn't have shown up and you wouldn't be sticking here. Even through all the how many minutes? However many minutes of bullshit. So, let's see what's up. Consistency, even as a reader, that does matter to me. It makes me more familiar, more comfortable. We'll do 3 cards. You have no questions, Lord. No questions. Brainwashed to believe something? Brainwashed to believe what? Okay, so you was brainwashed to believe that, or someone made you vulnerable, someone made you feel like afraid of yourself, or afraid of what's to come, afraid of commitment, afraid of relationship. They made you question yourself. They made you question your ability. They made you feel like you were almost like an empty shell waiting to be filled, and they filled you up, but they filled you up in a sexual manner, or they filled you up in like a very negative way. And it's like they told you it was love, but it was manipulation. But it was like love, but there was conditions on that love, and it's really eating you up right now. I see it eating you up inside. So, you know, this could be something that is a span of things that have happened throughout your life. It's kind of like something that you know is a lesson, and you know it's something that has been really difficult for you to get over because of the repetition. I feel like this repeats not only in romantic relationships, but it also repeats in family life, right? So in general, I want to say it's hard because you it's not that you're looking for these things, it's that they show up, right? And a lot of people are like, well, you know, I'm not looking for them, but subconsciously you are. Subconsciously look for people to fill a void instead of looking for people who are going to love all of you as a whole, even if you do feel like you yourself is unfulfilled. You know, even if you feel undesirable, You know, you're looking for someone who desires you, who loves you for you, regardless of those flaws. Not someone looking to fill space and tell you who you are, what you do, what to eat, what to wear. You know, not the controlling shit, right? And so, you know, now if it's a case of like you probably projecting a little bit onto these people as well when it comes to what you want out of them, right? How they should be, how they should act. It's like the expectation is too tough, right? Because you're dealing with a certain stereotype of person or a certain type of person that is unable to change, that is unable to shape and shift. You know, you think you can change people. That's what they keep talking about. It's like, okay, even if you're a soft type of person and you're a loving type of person, you think you can change people with that love. Some people reject love. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do. You could be their baby mama, their mama, the grandmama, their anything, and they will reject love. They will reject it. And does it come from a hurt place? Absolutely. But can you feel that void? Can you feel that space? No, you can't. No, the fuck you can't, because you are not the daddy. You are not the mama. You are not the grandmama. You are not none of these people. So, you know, you can't feel that space. Just like they can't feel that void in you of being your father or being your brother or being... They can't feel those voids. You got to feel that shit yourself. And you have to recognize your worth before you step into a real relationship. You might find certain things are boring, or you might find yourself boring, but that's kind of crazy is what they say. That's crazy talk. It's like someone made you feel boring, or somebody kind of didn't talk to you, I guess, in the way that you wanted or give you enough attention. And so as a repercussion, you felt like, you know, I'm boring, I'm this way, I'm that way. You're always kind of thinking those things, right? You're always kind of narrating that in your head. And you never really catch yourself doing that, because you're like, well, you know, it's true. But it's not. But it's not. That's the thing. It's not true, you know? It's not true. There's a limit to how far you can just insult and keep degrading yourself, right? And I want to say that confidence is best worn on a person who doesn't flaunt it or brag about it. It's like you don't even need to flaunt. You are just yourself, and you are confident in that aspect. You literally, you sexy, you fine. They say you thick like peanut butter here. They say you thick like peanut butter. You got an Aries body. That's what they say. You got an Aries body. So, you know, I know you real thick. I know you got something going on. Okay? But this is kind of weird that you need to draw a line between like your physical body's confidence and your mental confidence. Like, you are not confident as in who you are as a person. You might be confident in the outside bits, the sexy bits, but you're not confident in here. And so as a repercussion, you're always punishing yourself to do better or be this way, be that way. It's like, yes, you are the only person who can control that, right? But maybe choose to be better for yourself. Maybe choose to love you in yourself. Like, instead of feeling the void constantly and going through the disaster, going through the craziness, you know, feeling crazy, acting crazy over someone who doesn't even feel that way about you in the first place. Like, someone be laughing in your fucking face about the type of love that you be giving them sometimes. Someone be laughing in your motherfucking face sometimes. And that's the craziest part. That's the toughest part, is that you're willing to sit through someone literally laughing in your face, trying to start problems. Petty. Laura, hopefully you catch up, because I am doing a reading for you. Hopefully you catch up. I think you will. It must have fucked up at some point. But hopefully you hear what I'm saying, though. I'll just let it go on. Actually, someone in chat told Laura to refresh and go back a few minutes to re-listen to the reading. If you can, please. I appreciate you. Someone talks about you are the catalyst for change. Okay? You only earn, like, good people in your life if you change yourself. So you are the catalyst for that change. Okay, it's not him, you know, it's not her, it's not everybody else, it's you. It starts with you. The catalyst for change is you. It's you. you change. You. No. Don't scroll back in the video. Refresh your page. Refresh your page because you're not, like, she's not kept caught up with the actual video itself. So, like, she don't hear what I'm saying right now. She's probably just getting into her reading. She need to refresh her shit so she can hear me. Refresh y'all shit. Alright, now I'm gonna give you, let's see. I'm gonna say within the next 3 months, you need to work out in your mind whether you are here to just physically be with somebody, physically fuck somebody, physically sleep with somebody, sleep alongside of someone, and that is satisfying to you. That is all you want. You don't want the emotional part. You don't want nothing. You have to decide within the next 3 months whether you want that or you want a emotional and raw, intelligent and intense relationship with a man. And that means it's between staying with somebody who you know is treating you like shit, staying with somebody who you know ain't right for you, you know, in any light, in any fashion, okay, in any form, or moving on into a situation where you can be accepting of yourself and have somebody else just love all of you, you know, because that's really what it is about. Is being loved entirely. And if you feel like, you know, well, you know, I get people loving the outsides and the outer bits, like this all comes from a traumatic place. I know it does for you. And I know you stuck right now, but this is what they're saying needs to be focused on. The reason why you are stuck is because people got you so much in your head and so motherfucking confused. It's just not okay no more. You need to decide in your head, like I said, even if you're not even physically with this person no more, there's a decision making process that needs to happen in your head that you haven't made yet. And so they're saying that you need to literally choose yourself. There is no, like, I know you're nervous, I know you're a little shaky, you know, but these things need to change. This operation needs to end. You know, this ain't when I'm telling you this, it's not like, I'm not saying trick yourself into believing your worth, right? But you kind of have to tell yourself, this is enough. I have to stop it. You know, I'm too beautiful for this. I'm too loving for this. You know, even though I can be a crazy bitch sometimes, it don't matter. The craziness, I love people. I love people crazy. And that's the thing. That's the problem. Is that these motherfuckers can't take the amount of love I have to give. You got to stop filling people's holes. Stop being their mother. Stop being their father. You know, unless it's to your own children, right? Those should be priorities. But stop being their mother. Stop being their father. Stop being that figure in their life. And stop expecting that they're going to fill some hole in your life too. Because that's not how love is supposed to be. Love is whole. Love is not half. It's not fucking half of this person and half of that person. It's whole. They love all of you, regardless of your faults. Regardless of your faults, regardless of the problem. Okay? And it's not about accepting someone who's a cheater or a liar, manipulator, right? It's not about accepting someone who's petty and abusive and neglectful, right? Whether that's physically, emotionally, verbally, whatever. It's about loving all of somebody, not judging, being judgmental, being disgusting to them, without coming from a place of like sexual hunger, right? And just loving all of somebody. You deserve that type of relationship. You do. You deserve that. Yeah, people be saying, oh, I just made a mistake, I'll never do it again, and they do it again and again and again and again. Laura, that's the story of this motherfucker's life. So, just know that. You don't need this motherfucker for your sanity. Trust and believe you do not. You will not go crazy without them. You did it before, and you won't again. That's what's up. Laura, if you just caught the tail end of this, go to minutes before when I had started the reading so you can get the full effect. Who is next? Let's see. Oh yes, my girl, Pure Justice. Well, acid reflux. My mouth a little dry too. So I'm doing this. I got a little water. It's just that damn candy. That candy will be fucking airing everything out. Shit so strong it's wrapped around my face and shit. Gorilla glue up my eyeballs and shit. It smells so good, but Jesus. Pure Justice. You got a question for me? Yes or no? Someone said I am what I am, or I am what I eat. You be the decision of that, or you be the decision maker in that, Nivea. You be the decision maker. Pure Justice. Because what I'm reading, I like to try to stay focused on the people that I am reading for. So if you could be patient, right? Patient with me and the people that I'm reading for that have done the Cash App and that, then I can get to you. Trust me, I can get to you. It's just patience is kind of a requirement for that. But if you want, obviously, faster than Cash App and PayPal, you doing that. I appreciate though those of you coming through and Cash App and stuff. See, should I post a little post on TikTok or try to get more people up in here? If you can be patient, like I said, I'll be right with you. I just gotta get the people that paid there. Okay, stop it, TikTok. Quit playing. There's a kitten outside my window out there screaming. No, I saw the mama up there. It's that type of season. Stop with that coordinates. Let's try to put some coordinates on this. Pure Justice, what do you have a question? Oh, you got court coming in for permanency of my granddaughter. Okay, let's see, baby. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why I didn't see that. They missed it. Okay. They said Justice card. That's the first motherfucking card out. What? You won't let this shit go? That's what you said? You hold on to that shit like you a crocodile? You know how crocodiles do like the spin in the water type shit when they bite onto something and just keep rolling and rolling and rolling? That's what's happening with you in this case. You are not going to let this shit fall backwards and fall flat. You said, bitch, I am not going to let this shit go. No matter motherfucking what. It's not going to happen. These motherfuckers cannot talk me down, and that's straight. I stay tripping. You stay tripping, grandma. You stay tripping on these folks. Well, excuse my language. You stay hungry for these motherfuckers. Can't stop. Okay, so what I see in this situation is that you got the shit down. So whatever they're pleading on the other side, and I think it's like they're pleading with mental instability or something like that, or they're trying to like communicate and be like, well, you know, it's not, I've had a change of heart, or I'm changing, or I'm trying to change this, I'm trying to change that, I'm trying to be different, I'm trying to lose this and lose that behavior, trying not to do this. Like, I keep seeing something about somebody saying like, "Well, I'm not that person no more," and it's like, "But you was just that person." So what the fuck are you talking about? Again, like I said, excuse my language, but what the fuck are you talking about? You are that person though. Like, what are you saying? Like, that's crazy though. That's insane. You're tripping. You're fucking tripping. It's like someone's trying to gaslight. You know, this is one thing I don't understand about the situation is that we all know, right? And I think even the judge knows, whoever you're seeing about this case knows, that this person is a fool. Okay, there ain't no tricks in their bag that they can even. Why are they even showing up? Why are they even showing up? They already fucked everything up. Why are they even showing up? Like, okay, so the chances to do better were already on the table. So why are they even showing up? You said, waiting for the baby's dad to give up. He can be in her life, but he's just not ready for this baby. I just don't want to be done and have a chance to cry for my girl. Wouldn't it be reasonable though? Like, that's the shit I'm talking about too. Wouldn't it be reasonable though that, okay, someone who is unstable, someone who is unfit to be a parent, right? Unfit. What is the benefit? Especially, and I'm sorry for your loss. I'm very sorry for your loss. But what is the benefit of keeping that situation waiting? Honestly, the moment that stuff like this happens, he should have been ready in on it, because he knew, he knows that he ain't ready for this shit. Okay, and I'm gonna be real. You know, I know you don't come from a judgmental place, pure justice. You don't come from that place of like, you know, well, I don't want to criticize this, you know, whatever, tough situation, whatever, tough cookie, whatever. But I'm gonna be real. Like, it's bum da bum bum bum. Like, it's giving the bum bum bum. Like, he is a deadbeat in ways that will be unforgettable to the child. And so, like I said, if he can't take care of it, let grandmama love on that baby. I think you are fully and entirely, you know, ready to take this on, and I think it's coming right in your hand. Okay, it's coming right in your hands. He's in jail right now, but I feel like I show up, this motherfucker gonna be on it. That in my opinion, right? What I see happening is people know that he's faulty. Like, whoever is, it might be the judge, honestly, who saw him already once before. Like, they've already read this case, or they've already done up on it. But I'm saying, like, this is the craziest part, is like they already see like what he's trying to do, like the faulty shit, and their opinion of it is the same as your opinion of it. Just let it go. And if you just let it go, if you let it go, that's it. There's somebody that's looking at this case that is just like, let it go, dude. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. It's like, oh, don't break up a happy home. What's happy about the father sitting in the jail cell? What's happy about that? I feel like you won't get the baby though. I mean, that's what I see. That's what I'm seeing. You are not going to give up in a situation, and you're going to get the child. Okay? You're going to get the kid. Let's see. Upright. Give me something. Okay. 3 of Crips. Okay, so it's going to take longer than what you're thinking. It's taking so long. And not only is it prolonging the mourning or passing of your daughter, it's also prolonging like all of the strife and the struggle and the release and the guilt and like all those feelings and all those emotions when you what you felt like when your daughter had passed, and what you felt like, you know, not being able to be there. It's all just keeps reaffirming. Okay, it all just keeps bringing all those emotions back every single fucking day, every time you have to talk to them. But it looks like you won't get your daughter. Yeah. 2 castles. He ain't getting out. He's like a princess locked in they talk about him being a princess locked in the cage. It's like once they do see the truth of the situation, they won't be able to forget the shit. You know, he's struggling way too much, far too much. I feel like his whole entire benefit from the situation will be the money coming in from even having a daughter in the first place. Knight of Castles. Look like he gonna sign over the rights because he won't be able to pay. I'm gonna be real. Like with, I think so. Okay, now hear me out, right? And I never can decide whether I'm solid on some of these things or not, but usually people confirm it. So this might be a situation where he tries to pull like a little fast one where he's like, well, I'll sign over the rights if you don't chase me for child support. I'll sign over the rights if you never, ever, ever chase me for child support. Might be that type of situation. If you never chase me for the money, then I'll give you the rights. I'm gonna get rid of a piece of motherfucking shit. That's what I think. Piece of shit. I know you just want your daughter though, so or your daughter's daughter. Your granddaughter. So, but what a silly ass motherfucker, dude. What a silly ass motherfucker. So silly, bitch ass dude. Sorry for the profanity. I apologize. It's just when I get a little salty, I'm young, so I be using all that. I heard someone say it's no motherfucking excuse. I don't know what you're talking about. You said he's never helped us since the beginning. I think that's gonna be something that he is going to bring up though. It's like if you never ever ever if you never try to come after me for any type of money, any type of support, I'll let you have it. And I think that's going to be the agreement. Because I think he sees the benefit from your side of having the paperwork and everything like that and trying to chase him. You know what I mean? Thank you, Shulo. Thank you. Thank you, mommy. Thank you. But there's a benefit there for him, and that's what he sees. And he's like, even though I wouldn't be able to take care, at least I would have some money coming in. But this nigga gonna be in and out of fucking jail for the rest of his damn life. Trust and believe. He needs to give it up. If that's the agreement, that's the agreement. Pieces of shit. And let me know how it goes. Alright. Let's do a little Bailey for you. A little financial boost, a little support, a little emotional boost. You know. You said the caseworker applied for her death benefits, and do you see anything on that? Let's see. Page of you'll get that. You'll get that. You'll get that. From the grave, I've said. You'll get that. You'll get that. Looks like also they're gonna try to offer like, you know, some type of support here for your daughter, for your daughter's daughter. There's some type of support that they might try to offer, like, child services. They're probably gonna try to offer something like therapy, or like a year of therapy, or a year of something. Um, Majority of the finances is gonna go towards helping her. But yes, I do see money. There is some finances in the bid. Yep, 2 coins. There it is, right there. It's only being really truly limited by the case that's currently open. So once the case closes, once you're done with the shit, then you're gonna get your bag. That's what's up. But I refresh again. Sorry, I did have a question. I just lost it for a minute. Went dumbfounded. So what? You're gonna have to go back, babe. You're gonna have to go back. I don't know when it started, Laura, but you're gonna have to go back. Before this reading, when I initially started your reading, so if you just use my suggestion is use closed captioning, and then when it starts to talk about Laura, me talking about you, but right before I did your read, and then watch from there on, because that was like a 10-minute read. 10 minutes. Okay. So if you can, that'd be awesome. If there's also a case that if you can't scroll it back or you're having trouble doing that, once it gets re-uploaded after I quit, you should be able to access it just fine too. Okay. Hey, conductor. Nivea. Or is it Nevea? Am I saying it incorrectly? Nivea or Nevea? Nevea. Of course. Thank you for your justice. Someone just got real excited about it. Is your name Nevea or Nivea? Am I saying it incorrectly? Nivea like a lotion. Okay. Not my day for positive affirmation. I'll go back, but I do enjoy listening to reading. Okay. Trust me, you got your money's worth. We talked about all that, everything you mentioned, even in that question, everything. All right, ask me a question, Nivea. Ask me a question. See, I'm new here. I want to make a donation, but it doesn't seem like there's a PayPal. Sheriff, there is a PayPal in the pinned comment above. Thank you for being interested, first of all, and popping through. If you're looking for a specific reading, and then I would look at the price list in the description below. And there is the links down there as well. If you are just looking, just check me out as a reader and see what's up. I can do a quick free couple of cards. You know what I mean? I can do a quick free couple of cards. I don't know what's going on with the lagging behind here. I feel like the chat's lagging behind. Now this could be also a YouTube problem. So I'm sorry, but this could be a YouTube problem as well, because my internet's deep. That's good. It looks like it's doing what it needs to do. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Should I leave the situation alone that I've been dealing with for 3 years? Wow. Someone's got mad jealousy issues in this motherfucker. Like in that relationship with Nivea. Someone's got really. Someone takes things so far. Like they take things way too motherfucking far. Oh my god, man. I don't know. It's like you've always had to like protect yourself from this person. You've always had to like design some sort of like a tactic in order to like and act almost like revenge or emotional revenge, or it just feels petty to me. It's like, why is the back and forth between y'all always like based on vengeance? That's the craziest part. It's like someone does something in order to spite you or piss you the fuck off. And it's like, even though I feel like you come in with good intention, you come in with strong intention, and I think that's the main factor there, is like the intimidation factor, and the coming in with a strong as a strong woman, right? I think that's the problem. I genuinely feel like the fact that you are such a strong presence bothers this individual. This person is not grown enough to be a father, so if that's something that you was like curious about, you're like, well, can he even do this? Can he even do that? It's like on and off. But it's like, once you are a father, you can't choose to turn it on and off. Once you are a baby father, you can't do that. That's not how it works. Once you have a child, or once you have something to be responsible for, now it could even be like paying bills, right? Once you're responsible for a home, for a car, whatever it is, you can't be on and off with it. You have to be on all the goddamn time. So, I could see how this whole plot line has just wasted away, basically. It's grinded your gears. It's made you feel so bad about yourself. Because you're a very strong woman. So, even if this is kind of like something that is still really grinding you down, and you're tired and you're exhausted emotionally, physically, or everything, right? You're still very strong. Your personality still sticks out to me very, very, very well. And I think that your heart, whenever you get your heart involved with somebody, I think you love them so much and so hard. It's so hard for you to release, because your love, it's not obsession, right? So bordering obsession would be like, you just always, you up in they shit, you doing the stalking and creepy weird shit. It's not even like that. And even if you are doing like a little bit of watching, I think a little bit of that is kind of healthy, because you do need to see what someone's up to if they acting all shady and weird and shit. But at the end of the day, what I feel is that you are so strong in that intentional love of like, I love you, I love you, or I loved you, and I know that I love you. You don't need to constantly second guess me, or tell me that I don't, or tell me I don't feel this way, or I don't feel that way. It's like, whatever gives you a really bad attitude or really bad anger issues, it's a huge trigger for someone to try to tell you how to feel or how to be. It's like how you're going to react to a situation. Like, just calm down. I hate when people do that shit too, so I understand. But that's kind of where it's at. It's like, oh, just calm down. Everything's going to be okay. It's like, no, it's not okay. But it's not. Not everything's going to be okay, because it hasn't, man, for three motherfucking monkey fucking years. What you mean? Someone's like, oh, get off my dick, stop riding my shit, like, get away from me, get off of me. It's like, if you can't be on and off in a relationship neither. You can't be on and off in a fucking relationship neither. That's the craziest part. It's like, you gonna dedicate your life to somebody, or say that you're gonna do that. You're gonna say, you saying, I'm gonna fulfill every single need. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna make sure everything within my power is there in the relationship. That is what you're promising when you promise a commitment. And when somebody doesn't do that and fulfill their end of the bargain, they have no motherfucking right to shoot you down. Because at the end of the day, you have proven more than enough times that you loved this individual. You did. I'm gonna be confident on it and say you did, even through the petty shit and the bullshit that he tried to blindside you into, try to snowball you into doing some dramatic petty shit. That's not you. That's him. That's his influence. When you be acting mean and green and envious and jealous and this way, that's his influence. It's his manipulation. It's the card that he plays when he's not getting his way, because he wants his cake and he wants to eat the shit too. Like, you feel almost like you're like, am I the only person who feels anything towards the situation? It's like, am I really the only bitch out here really trying my damn near hardest to fight for this? Because that's crazy, right? But like, I'm gonna be real. You know, when I look at his intentions and what he wants, he wants you to shut your motherfucking mouth, shut your trap, and that's not. First of all, that's not gonna happen. So let's shut that motherfucker right the fuck out. He wants you to stop bringing up the issues and the problems within the relationship. Even though you don't feel fulfilled, he wants you to just shut your fucking mouth, and everything's gonna be okay. That's what he believes. I believe that he don't like women. I'm not saying he's gay, but I'm saying he don't like women. He doesn't like a woman who talks back. He does not like strong women. He does not like, and there's nothing wrong with strong women. You are not masculine if you're strong in personality. You are not masculine. That's not what makes a person masculine. Your strong personality, you stand out because of how emotional you're capable of being, because of how sensitive you are capable of being. But you are a controlled person. You are controlled. You yourself, you can control your emotions. And that's what being a strong, sensitive individual is about. Strong love. The strong approach. It's strong. You never fucking try to, like he's trying to do to you, you never try to strong arm him into changing his personality, right? Because what you fell in love with is what you fell in love with, and you know that part. But as far as how he treats you, that is inexcusable. That is inexcusable. That is disgusting. He is an insecure piece of shit. And no matter what you try to say, what you try to do in this situation, he ain't never, ever, ever going to tell you otherwise. Never. Never. The solution that you're looking for is not even in this relationship. It's not even in this motherfucking realm. Because you never want to get the situation solved. It's never going to be rectified because he doesn't want it to be rectified. He doesn't want it to be right. He wants it to be fucked up, because the more he fucks you up and grinds you down and makes you feel some type of way, he knows you'll never forget him. He knows you'll never, ever, ever forget him. You'll always come back around. He knows that about women, because whatever his experiences in life, or whatever women he was dealing with, and whether it was relationship-wise with his mother, with his auntie, with his grandmother, whoever raised him, that's how they taught him to be. But at the end of the day, that's not your motherfucking problem. Your problem is right now, as grown-ass people, as grown-ass adults, he is not capable of being responsible, respectable, or loving. And those are the things that you look for within a partner, and you thought that coming in, right? You're like, in the beginning, it was great, right? And that's what everyone say, right? But it was more than that for you. It was more than that. It was more than just you giving your heart away to some random nigga who said, I love you. It was more than that. It was dedicated. It was dedicated. It was genuine. It felt genuine. It felt like someone really knew you. That's the thing. When it feels like someone really know you, when it feels like a man, in your case, really knows you, because of how closed off you have been, it's serious. It's serious. It really is. It's something serious. It's not something that you should just shy away from, right? You believe that type of emotion and that type of love is sacred, regardless of what background you come from. You do believe it's sacred. You do protect yourself. You do protect your body. There's certain things that you just can't sit around and allow to happen. You yourself, it feels to me like you've almost played this codependent counterpart to yourself. Like you've almost been like your own partner, your own lover, in a way where I feel like you had to teach yourself through loving yourself, but also it's like the way you talk to yourself in the beginning, at least before he tried to grind your gears down, was that you genuinely had love for yourself. Even the faults, even the fucked up parts, even the fucked shit that you would do out of jealousy, out of envy, it's like you would tell yourself, but you're right, girl. But you're right. Or you had somebody on your side, whether it was your mama or your grandmama, you had someone on your back telling you, you are right though.
What you're doing is right. Like, you gotta understand, like, your reaction is valid, because what you're doing is right. But you need to kick this nigga out your life for good. You need to leave this where it's at. There is no rectifying this situation. There's no not one conversation that you can have with this person where they will ever own up to anything they've ever done to you. So do not expect that. Do not carry that. Don't keep trying to carry that narrative where it's like holding on to it. Like, well, in the beginning, he was very well spoken. He was very kind to me. He was very sweet. He told me his story, his background. You know, he told me about things about himself that were so sensitive and tenacious and kind. And that's not who he is. And you know that now. 3 years later, you still be knowing it. Now, you still be knowing it. You gotta say bye. You gotta say goodbye. You gotta leave it where it's at. It's not worth it no more. It's not worth to put yourself through. It's not worth to put anybody through this type of punishment. Because he's punishing you for being who you are. And who you are not just some masculine ass woman. You are someone with a very strong personality. And it's strong love, strong emotions. You're strong and centered. And that's what bothers people who are this crooked. He's so sideways. He's so jagged and zigzagged in his life. He's so inappropriate and so insecure that he can't even see the fact that you are solid in his life. He can't see it because he doesn't want a solid in his life. He wants a negative. He wants a fucked crazy bitch, and he's trying to push you to become that. And yet here you are, still you, still asking questions, still loving. There's some things he cannot change about you, and you should leave knowing that there's nothing that this motherfucker has that you want and that you need. Not absolutely nothing. No chemistry, no nothing. There's nothing there. It's all a goddamn lie. Whatever got in his system when he said, I kind of fuck with you. I'll deal with you long term. I'll deal with you this way, that way. That was all curiosity. That wasn't nothing but a bit by a bug and the bug flew away. And I know that hurts, that someone will play with you like that and fuck with you like that, but that's why you take this time to recover. That's also why when it comes to romantic relationships, we have to sit with it for a second and not internalize, right? Not internalize and just forget all of it, but we actually have to go through the process of mourning, like you are mourning a dead person. As those of you that know what the fuck that feels like when you lose like a part of your heart, a part of your soul, a part of your everyday, that hurts. But you are mourning a person, and you have to mourn them when they're fucking away from you. It'd be kind of fucking creepy if every single day it's like, you mourning a motherfucker and they waking up and they're alive again type shit. It's like, okay, what do I have to resurrect you every 5 goddamn seconds? Like, are you going to just sit there, and not do anything and then suddenly come into my life and make me feel special for 5 seconds and then walk the fuck back out? Is that how a relationship's supposed to be? I don't fucking think so. So, drop this nigga. Get him the fuck away from you. Fuck that. I know you said I hate myself, but I don't believe you do. I don't believe you do. Because you would not be able to love someone so hard if you hated yourself. If you truly want to see someone who hates himself, look at that nigga. Look at the man that you're dealing with right now. If you truly want to see someone who hates them goddamn selves. Because the way he treats women and the way he treats people, that is someone who hates themselves. You are not someone who hates yourself fully. You might hate certain things about yourself. You might hate feeling weak and feeling small, feeling sensitive and sentimental. But all those things are strengths. They are strengths. They are strengths. You are not masculine and to this and to that. That is all a goddamn lie. And I hate when people be saying that about females. It's like when you come from a place of hurt and shit. It's like, it's one thing if a woman really acting like a man. Really, really like out there acting very toxically masculine. But I didn't see that in any of your behavior whatsoever. All I saw was someone with a strong personality. Someone who knows a little bit more about themselves. Who stands tall on that shit too. you'll die on that motherfucking sword. You say, you know, I at least know how I want to be motherfucking treated, regardless. But if you truly hated yourself, you'd punish everyone for it, like he is doing. You would have been played with his ass. Nah, that's all right. But you would have been fucking around with him and playing with his emotion. Imagine if it was the reverse, right? And you know he was you know, painfully loyal, sticking by your side, you know, trying to be with you, trying to love on you, and you were just out there doing whatever. Because you know those situations really do happen with some females too, right? And that's not about masculine energy. That's just about being a piece of shit who hates themselves, an insecure, narcissistic piece of shit. You know, we ain't talking about the medical term. We talk about people who exhibit very narcissistic qualities because they hate them goddamn selves. Remember, narcissism, it doesn't come from a point of caring about yourself. It does not come from a point of confidence. It comes from a point of yearning and longing for somebody to love and care about you and only you, selfishly, because you hate your goddamn self so much. You hate yourself. Narcissists hate themselves. They really do. They detest themselves. They can't stand themselves. But except for, other than punishing themselves, they just punish other people. That's what they do. He told me I was those things. Well, he's a goddamn lie. And that's why his ass gonna be alone forever. That's why his ass gonna be alone forever. And that's why you gon' when you move on with your life, and you be picking up the pieces, and you come in, like I said, you come to find yourself again. You swing back around because you was always here, Nivea. You was always here, you know. So when you swivel your head right back around and say, "I'm gone." He told me I was a narcissist. Well, he is a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. And a narcissist, you know what? A narcissist would point the fucking finger right back at you, right? Because they want to make you feel like the worst, nastiest piece of shit in order to knock all of your self-esteem down, to make you feel like the bad guy and the idiot, so that when it comes down to it, you're a martyr, right? Instead of a narcissist, you become a martyr, somebody who is so much in pain and seeking love and affection, you know, you're giving your all towards the situation, regardless of your pain and regardless of your hurt. A martyr, you know, regardless of your pain, regardless of your struggle, your personal struggle, you're still trying to give and give and give and give and give. But you don't gotta give to this nigga no more. Let it go. Cut it the fuck out. Get that Cancer away from you. Get that nigga right the fuck out. Right the fuck out. I know a narcissist when I read one. Okay, I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I know a narcissist when I read them, and they are uncommon, right? They are uncommon. Definitely not when it comes to tarot, because they love to hear about themselves. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean when I say these motherfuckers out here, Lord, he is a Cancer. See, I meant cancer like a growth, like a benign growth, because that's what he feel like. To me, that's what this energy is like. It's almost like an itch you can't scratch, or like a fly that keeps buzzing around in your ear. And it's like sometimes you get relief from the fly, and other times the fly will just keep coming back around. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, the fly will disappear for a couple of days, but then he comes back buzzing around in your ear. And it's like, either you could appease him by offering him some motherfucking food, or he's gonna keep bugging at you, fucking with you. And that's the shit that, you know, that's the shit that really, really, really destroys people's self-esteem. That in and out shit is an insecure piece of shit. Let it go. And I know you have your own insecurities, but you could never, ever, ever take, when he says those things, right, and you start to try to internalize them and be like, maybe I am that. I want you to swivel your little head, your pretty little fucking head, right back around and say, what the fuck am I talking about? What the fuck? I am just calling this nigga like I see it. He's a piece of shit. I'm calling it like I see it. There is nothing wrong with calling it like you see it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with exhibiting emotions and feelings. The things that he says are so bad, you telling him how you feel. You telling him exactly how you feel, how neglected you feel. You telling him exactly what you need, and he does not listen at all. There's no compromise. There's no nothing. Okay. So just, like I said, anytime you start getting in your head, you're like, maybe I am a real masculine bitch. No, the fuck you're not. No, you're not. You just have a very strong personality, right? And there's nothing wrong with being strong and a sensitive lady, because you love large. You love large. You do. You love so much, and it's not suffocating. Like this nigga trying to explain to you. Well, you know. Man, you keep trying to. It's because he's a runner, dude. It's because he runs around and fucks females and knocks females up and fucks this girl, fucks that girl, and tells them all the same story. Like, you're nothing. You're a piece of shit. You never ever will be shit. He's a piece of shit human being. That's what he is. He's just a piece of shit. Tries to manipulate. He's like farms women. Like, that shit's disgusting. That's gross as fuck. That's a waste of space. That's what it is. Just saying. He tries to make people do his brainless puppets. It's not gonna work for you. The other females, they can figure that shit out on their own. So if you're in contact with the other females or the baby mamas, cut them bitches off too. They can figure that shit out by themselves. That ain't yours no more. Drop that shit. You know, imagine if you have a kid with this nigga, like a female, a daughter, or a son. Imagine them seeing that behavior and emulating that behavior. That's what I want you to imagine. If you don't have a family with this nigga yet, and you did plan to have a family with this nigga, I want you to imagine your child, something that you pop out your area, being that disrespectful, that nasty, that cruel to another human being. Emulating, because you know that's what kids do though. I told him that his baby mama told me to get rid of him. Yeah, exactly. Well, his baby mama, it don't matter what she do. She can go around in the cycle over and over and over again. She got his child. I guess that is her choice and everything like that. But if she has that low self-worth where she gonna keep dealing with him, it is what it is, right? But you, specifically you, if you do not have a child by this man yet, you do not want a child by this man. You do not want a child by this man. That's how you create hate within children. Is a man who, a father who hates women, who punishes women. That is exactly how you create a child who hates themselves. Is a fucking narcissist up the root. You know what I mean? You don't take it. And not even that. It wouldn't even be that he would be under the roof. You know what I mean? That nigga would be out doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Like, he ain't got time on his hands. Wait until time finally hits him and he realizes how old he really is. Wait until he figure out how old that this real nigga really truly is though. It's like, you know, he think time is going all slow and shit. He's lost cause. Leave it where it's at. Cut her off too. She a part of the problem, not a part of the solution. Telling you all that shit. She needs to get help. And if she refuses to get help, I'm going to say, it might be cruel, but it ain't your motherfucking problem. You have had your own relationship with this person. It's been nasty and fucked up the whole entire way. Let it be. Let it go. Quit dealing with her, hearing about him every 5 seconds. She needs to go get therapy, and she needs some motherfucking help. She need to call 911 during those situations. You need to get the fuck away from me. That's what you need to do. Whatever shit be coming out of the side of her mouth, I wouldn't trust her either. Because if she's still fucking him and being around him, you already know what's up. And you ain't got you shouldn't even be jealous of that situation. She can have him.
That's what I would say. She could fucking have the nigga. Have him. And he ain't worth the shit. I feel bad for the kids in the situation. That's really it. You know, I feel for the kids. I send a prayer out to the kids. That's really. Get rid of that. Cut it. All she's doing is reopening shit for you, and that's not cool either. It's like she do not care. It's just she's not near it. It don't matter. If all your relationship is about this man, do you understand me, Navia, when I say if your whole entire relationship is based off of complaining and talking about this man, if the whole entire relationship between y'all is just communing about the shitty man, that is a part of the problem. That is not a part of the fucking solution. You need to cut that off like it's cancer. Because if she keeps even bringing him up, and even if, like I said, it's a case like you need space, right? You need grounding. And it's not gonna come from being around this that person physically. It's just not. She has his kids no matter what, and she gonna keep fucking bringing this shit up. And for you, the healing process, it requires you to be alone, not entirely alone. You know, still some support, but alone nonetheless. You do not need some woman putting shit in your ear, regardless of whether how shitty of a human being he is. Just do not be near him, and do not be near people who are heavily associated with him. Take your time out to heal, so that you can have these conversations without getting angry, without getting pressed up and emotional and upset over this nigga, because he's hurt you, and you still coming through a place of hurt, and you still hurting yourself by hurting over this nigga. Okay? Alright. By all means, you are doing a good job even by asking the question. So I applaud you for that, for coming forward and really telling your truth on it, right? And saying these things, because those are the things that you need to keep in mind. Like you need to keep repeating these things to yourself, right? The fact that you're even questioning it in the first place is great. That is a great start. But now we need to actually take action, and action is just a little bit different. It's a little bit different, right? You know, it's scary and it's hard, and it gives you a lot of anxiety. It's such a serious situation. It gives you so much pain and anxiety, but action needs to be taken. Okay? And it's gonna be cutting all these little motherfuckers off. All these back and forth. Well, he did this, she did that, and he did this, and he did that. Like, shut the fuck up. Cut him out. Done. He don't love you. You know, they don't love you neither. It's the benefit of even dealing with someone who's like you, who has so much love in their heart for people. That's what they after. Fucking with you. Alright. Who's my other new folk? So scared, but I know something better. But you know, yeah, exactly. There is. You know that. And I know that you know that. That's exactly why we're just repeating shit that you already been knowing though. But it sometimes takes that confirmation. It takes that confirmation in order to actually go forward with it. And like I said, all that's missing from your life right now is action. That's it. Not action from him. Not action from her. Action from you. That's it. That's what's up. That's where you at right now. Don't keep punishing yourself. So, Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you. Of course, Nibia. I'm posting on TikTok real quick, so I can get a little bit more people. See who we get. I'm gonna start doing live on TikTok soon as well. Someone talk about getting a low cut or something. It's a female getting a low cut, or a female getting a short hair or something like that. They talk about how sexy you look with short hair. It's very be doing something weird right now. Spirit. We talk about all that. Christian. Hello. You have a low cut? There, you heard it. You heard them talk about you. They said that low cut like Halle Berry. They be talking about sexy short hair females. You heard them. You heard them. You got the message, Laura? What's she saying? What did you think? Hi Alexis, please read the description, introduce yourself a little bit, and yes, you can ask the question. All I ask is that you at least say, a little introduction. Sure. What's your question, Christian? What action should you take with age? There's been no contact. Okay, they say you need to stop trying to reach out and contact this person. And there's a couple of different reasons why, but mostly because the situation was very premature in the first place, or immature. That's what they're talking about, but mostly premature, right? It's like this person don't owe you necessarily any answers or any contact. They just don't owe you that. And I think also, like, you owe yourself the privilege of, like, kind of letting this situation go. And the only real way to do that, you're being really affected by emotions right now, is what they're talking about, because we have, you're feeling very, very, very stuffy, right? You're feeling stuffy, crowded. You don't like it. You don't like the feeling. You don't like the feeling of it being left unsaid. You don't like that you can't let it go. You don't like that. So as a repercussion, it's like you can't constantly think about, like, how do I not make this dramatic? How do I say this? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's like, instead of asking how, maybe ask yourself to stand back a little bit. Okay, stand back. It's better if you stand back. That's what they're saying, because there's no way that this person owes you explanations, just like you don't really owe them. It was toxic anyways. I'm saying, like, whatever was happening behind people's back and trying to befriend somebody or being friends with somebody or trying to deal with this and trying to deal with that, we just had a baby. That's a whole other argument that you gonna need to take up, either probably in a courtroom, right? But at the end of the day, what you need to do is give someone space. And I know it's like a lot, because you're dealing with all the emotions and, like I said, crowded. You feeling crowded and everything, but you're going to need to take that step back and focus on you then. Even more so now, like, even more so that you just had a fucking baby. Let it go for a second. Let the space happen. Regardless. What I will say though, Christian, it's not okay for someone to just walk away. It's not okay to do that. But at the same time, if you want to have a calm, instead of having a toxic conversation with someone, you want to have a calm conversation with them, don't corner them. Don't corner them. Don't pin them. Allow that space. I'm just being patient. Good.
Well, keep being patient and allow that space so that you don't overly dominate the person. Now, should this person be at play when it comes to y'all's child? Absolutely. But there's certain things where it's like, okay, when y'all are talking to each other and communicating with each other, it blows out of fucking proportion. It goes somewhere where it doesn't need to go. And it's like both of y'all need to grow the fuck up. There's a child on the line now, right? It's not too late to have discussions and conversations. You just need to back up and wait. It is all within their choice. You're trying your best though, and I see that, and it's very frustrating and very nerve-wracking to be sitting there kind of tapping your foot waiting. But you have a baby. You got your baby. You got your kid. And focus on you and make sure you're well and good in health and not worrying yourself over. Keep focusing on your bag and your everything, okay? Laura, that would be a paid person. And if you're looking for something like that, then email me. You deserve the time to yourself too, remember, Christian, because I see how you can get. I can see how you can get sometimes, okay? And to be fair, on both sides, I can see how it gets with the breakdown of communication. I can see, okay? So, it's definitely not perfect. Don't allow yourself to self-destruct though, and stop taking care of yourself just because the situation is on your back and frustrating. Make sure you take enough time out to relax too. Relaxing at home is always a plus if you can find things to do, whether it's a little spa moment or some shit, like just self-care, some type of self-care where you're going the extra mile to go out and not only buy the supplies, but also just take care of yourself at home. It could be a new set of fucking stilettos or some shit. Like just something of that nature. Just taking care of you and your baby. Okay? Spoiling it. All within your means too, because it doesn't have to be financial in order to do that either. Like when you speak from a calm mind, trust and believe you do get your point across. But when you speak from a mode of anger, I feel like a lot of things are left they're said and they're not really meant. Okay, they're said and they're not meant. Now it's definitely both side type thing. But, excuse me. Getting help from family. So I'm glad. I did see that you had support there. I wasn't sure who, but I'm glad that you have people on your side that are more than willing to, just for an hour or so, take the baby off your hands so that you can get something done for yourself, because it is stressful. It is hard. It does make you very, very anxious and at times upset when that's within your right. You have every single right to be furious, absolutely fucking fuming. Someone walking out like that is not cool. That's not okay. It'll be discussed though. I saw it coming in the future anyway. Some discussion, communication. So I might have to discuss something that's a little less like y'all being together 24/7, and more like y'all got days each with your child. You spend time, you know what I mean. New people popping. Can I ask a question? There was another person, right? Alexis, you said, should I go to Los Angeles? Alexis, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm all over. Should you go? Should you go? Should she go? It's a rock city. I'm not calling this a ring, don't do that. But let's see. Should you go? For some reason, they keep talking about the finances when it comes to Los Angeles and how this is not good. Like, whatever the environment is going to be that you're going to be going into is not going to be great. It's not going to be good. That it's just not the right time financially for that. It's just not. Like, I feel like there's a right time and a right place, and I don't feel like it's then. I think it'd be pretty impulsive. And I do also feel like it just be... I don't think idiotic necessarily or stupid, but I just think it's like you can definitely better prepare for whatever this is. Now this might be something that you've also taken into account where it's like now you have other financial responsibilities that are a little bit more difficult to attain full stability in, and you might have been planning this for a long time, a while, but at the same time, like I said, it's just not the right time for it. I wouldn't. I'm gonna suggest against it. I do see people like willing to help you to go on the trip and everything like that, but that's when I feel like you're also a type of person who hates owing people anything financial, and hates how people hold that over your head. So I would suggest maybe waiting on the trip. They talk about possibly waiting, like, let's see, 2 more months, or let's see, what they saying? They said to wait 2 more months. That's what I'm gonna say. Wait 2 more months to see if the situation will actually follow through, because it's kind of scary. I just think because it's too early to tell with this person as well. It's just weird. It's too early to tell. Yeah, trust your instinct when it says like for you not to go, like everything is kind of stopping you from actually going in the first place. Trust your instinct. Trust yourself. Who else up in here? Who else up in here? Thank you, everyone who's sitting and stand up by patiently. Come on, yo. Where the fuck did everyone go? I'll do a couple more, probably like 2 more. 2 more people. I want to try to be on later tonight as well. See what type of crowd we get later tonight.
You said, I'm glad I caught you. I learned a lot today. I'm glad you learned something. And even if you didn't, y'all, even if you didn't, y'all know I do hate repeating myself, but I'll repeat myself in another way. If the message is meant for you, you will hear it many and plenty of times. Trust and believe, especially when I do the collectives, you will hear it many, many times in many forms. It's always happening when I listen to other people's reads and stuff that I really need to hear myself. And you come in, keep in mind, you do come in at very, very specific times as well with a specific type of group of people too. So that's interesting, right? You always come in with a very specific energy, specific vibe. So that's how you know. Like I said, you keep hearing the repeats, it's gonna be funny. Regina or Regina. Regina or Regina. I don't know. Is that name? Okay. I'm gonna just say Regina. Good morning. Regina. I don't know. Some people, forgive me if I literally butchered that, because some people just got real goofy ass names. What's your question? Oh, change. Regina. Regina. I'm sorry for butchering your name. It's disrespectful. But like I said, some people got wild, weird ass shit coming up in here. So mine's made up. I was named after a Roger. I got you. Alright, what's your question, Regina? What's up, question? Hello, Darnell. Will your finances get better anytime soon? You know, I know they said in 24 hours. 24 hours? 24 to 48 hours. Let me see. Some type of small something sliding through. Might be like a. It could be something like a. What do they call that? A tip or something. Something goes through for the next 48. Could be someone like tipping you on CASHAPP or something like that. Honestly, it could be like someone sending you money or something like that. And you talk about specifically your finances. So let me see. Like, when will I become motherfucking stable? You know that's not what I was asking. You're exposing my business like that. I was listening to something else. Alright. Will they get better? Queen of Candles. It's gonna take people helping you get through this. I think I'm gonna say for this half of the month. There's gonna be a half of a month period where you're gonna kind of feel locked down tight when it comes to your finances. You're gonna be really, really penny pinching, really, really scraping. Just because I feel like there's a whole entire, maybe it's not your mother, it's a friend or something like that, but there's this whole entire, like, I think phase you're going through financially. And the reason why I say phase is because there's a lot of things in your life that kind of blew up for you feel like for absolutely no reason. Like, why did all these things have to kind of blow up in my face? And I just feel like it's because there's better things out there. There's better offers out there. I just feel like it's kind of a necessary evil in a way for you to get you outside of your comfort zone. Because comfort for you, even though you are kind of a rebel, Regina, your comfort zone has been where you're at for a very long time, and I just feel like that was kind of running really thin, where it's like barely scraping by. You gotta get used. You gotta stop getting used to barely scraping by.
You know what I mean? Barely scraping. It's like, well, rent is late and this and that. You gotta stop getting used to that type of shit and start getting used to the idea that you can have more. Okay, you can have more. So what is the offer specifically for financially? You said I want it and I want it now. Let's talk about the prices, right, and shit. Maybe talk about an apartment or a car or something like that. Apartment or car, or maybe on like a marketplace or something. Okay. They'll be talking about something about flights, travel. They keep talking about travel a lot. Let's see. When will they get better, and how will they get better? Numbers. Okay, so I see something pulling through. I think this is some. I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is some sort of government help, just because I do have the hero font here, which is like high court system in my eyes, or some type of paperwork, or it's some type of boss. Okay, so someone just in a higher paid position or a higher position than you. Okay, and that's what I'm viewing, and I think that rejection comes first, right? And I think maybe you've already gotten rejected from something. That's also possible. You might have already gotten rejected from like a program, or from your boss, or rejected from some type of job opportunity. But I see you being accepted into something that's far more beneficial for you, and just in general, someone like you. So, like I said, for half of this month, you're going to be kind of stuck on finances. But for the rest of the month, actually, I see shit pulling through for you. I also see like different handouts and stuff like that people just kind of give you spontaneously, just because they feel like it's a part of the cause. They love you, and you know what I mean. They love you. It's a part of the cause. They love you. They have the Emperor and the Empress being like top cards. Is that your parents? Or who is that for you? The Emperor and the Empress of your life. Your parents or grandparents, or somebody here, that's someone who, like I said, you hate owing people. That's the one thing about you that I will say. You're a very stubborn person, right? But at the end of the day, they know you're good for it. That's the thing. Like, as much as you hate it, and it's icky, and you're just like, God damn, like, how am I this helpless? That's fucking crazy, dude. Whoever is giving you this financial boost, they say you're good for it, though. Like, you're just good for it. You just are. You just are. Okay? And like I said, whatever that this opportunity with new money coming in, it's going to be in the second half of this month. So, expect probably another 2 weeks or so of whatever this situation is. Like, you have to just trust and believe that the help that you're getting now is the right way, and that no matter what, you can pay them back. And like, I think really all they pretty much ask you is like for you to live your life authentically, and to push forward authentically and keep doing what you've been doing, because essentially they see you as the independent person that you are. That's why they also think it's very important that you do accept help in these moments where you are struggling, because instead of being like a lone travel type person, they want to be supportive of your lifestyle. They don't want to keep pushing you away. And that's the one thing I saw in the past too, was like people pushing you away, making you feel alone or alienated. They don't want to make you feel that way. They want to change that. So, if anything, they're trying to remedy a situation where you had felt like maybe rejected or a little bit different than most cats, and they're choosing to actually support you through that journey. Okay, because I saw the Emperor and the Empress, and I figured it would be your mother and your father, your parents. All right, so that's what's up. Whatever the job opportunity is, though, I'm gonna say, like I said, I saw like a high court system or something like that. It has to be something where somebody has like a contract or paperwork for you to sign where you're going to be getting some source of funds each month. It's like that. It's paperwork though. I saw that, the paperwork. Yeah, you're like, I carry my own. Like, I've always been like that. Yeah, and it's scary not to. But trust in the people who support you. Love it. Alright, I'm going for one more. I'm shooting for one more. So whoever posts their question next. I'm shooting for one more. Could be a car wreck going through. Okay, so you get your money back from the car wreck? Okay. Alright. High court system. There you go. You get your money back from the insurance? Okay. Alright. Get your bag on, girl. Get your bag on. There's no shame in a mother and father who love you. No shame in it. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a grown ass woman. And yes, you are. That's exactly why you still need some love. Because you can't be a cold ass girl. You grown ass girl. You still need support and love. You need to know that people is there for you. That they love you. That's really important as a grown ass woman or a grown ass man. To know that there's someone out there who you could always go to, who always got your back. You know. You know I know. And I know you know. Yeah, non-judgmental. Just came on by a boogie with a hoodie. He said, independent, she don't need no one for nothing. Birkin bag and your swag on, honey. Come here, dance. There it is. This is how I need to fix my nervous system. What's wrong with you? What's up? What's wrong with it? The anxiety? Mercury and Gemini. So I actually am ruled by Mercury and Gemini. So what do I suggest for the... Okay, I actually had this conversation recently because in particular I deal with this. Okay, so I might not sound like somebody who's in their head 24/7 every amount of day, but I am. And you see that I'm listening to music, right? And that's my coping mechanism. Damn, when the fucking thing just came out of my head. Come on now. And that's my coping mechanism, is listening to music even when I'm talking, even when I'm on the phone. It don't matter what the fuck I'm doing. As long as I'm distracted, kind of like I have something on the sideline to listen to, then I'm good. Now, if you're actually trying to get a task done, that's where certain things can become distracting. Or if you're trying to decide certain things emotionally, that's where things also can become difficult. And it becomes a stalemate, right? It becomes something where you're not able to get through it because you're sitting there spinning for weeks and weeks and weeks or months and months and debating. And what do we call that? It becomes like what do they call that? See? That's where my mind went. That's where my mind went. But I'm going to continue anyways, because usually you remember as you go, right? So in my understanding, right, when we pull back from situations, Gemini and Mercury, pull back from situations that are stressful or hard, it's not because you are abandoning it or leaving it behind. Especially projects, okay? Especially projects. It's not because you're pushing it away. It's because you need a break. And I need you to understand that with breaks, even though it feels like everything is being stripped away from you, like you're going to just lose the project or lose the person or lose the situation, lose the emotions, lose everything, right? Even though you're detaching, it feels difficult and feels hard, that detachment is necessary for you to actually think a solid thought. Because Gemini, Mercury, very, very, very emotionally in tune, regardless of what your sun in moon and ascendant placements are. Gemini in general, and people try to overlook this within the air signs. Are like, well, air signs are cold, they're this way, they're that way. When it's in its home motherfucking base, it fully and entirely like will cause an eruption inside of you. And my nerves are literally shot from all the panic attacks. What is the thing that you can maintain the most in your life? You say yoga, you say journals, and I know with Gemini Mercury that those things can be really, really hard to keep consistent. So what's the one thing you always kind of come back to as a coping mechanism that it has having more like like it's like what do they call it, a habit. A habit. What's that one thing that's habitual for you, that's regular and habitual, where you don't feel like overly like you're overexerting and overexhausting yourself while doing it? What's the one thing? Could be as simple as like smoking. See, that's me too. That's the fucking. I quit smoking, right? That's the motherfucking problem. I feel the same damn way. I've done the same motherfucking thing. Oh my god, I'm the same way, right? The same way that way. Bad motherfucking habit. But the moment that shit gets put in my mouth or I see other people doing it, I'm like, damn. I'm like, where's mine, nigga? And I try to shut my mouth because I'm like, Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. Lord Jesus. Fucking Jesus Christ. But, you know, like, in a way, I think that if you are capable, for one, of regularly forcing yourself to do yoga and journaling, you're literally already on the track. It's just changing certain behaviors and certain things and certain thought processes about yourself. That's not just gonna come with you and you alone. That's gonna become a thing with you interacting with other people's. Okay? Your thinking and your overthinking a lot of the time will have to do with interacting with other people. Social anxiety is a real crazy con. Now, can I ask you what's your top 3 real quick, just so I get like a little bit of a view of where all of the anxiety kind of stems from? Because I know it's people, but I want to know if it's your inner circle, your outer circle. I want to know if it's people that, you know, can come in romantically, or it's people who come in friend wise, or it's all of the above. Because anxiety is just, social anxiety is horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. I have really bad social anxiety as well, but I'm also someone who talks louder because I have it, because I want to push people away by being intimidated, more or less, but it actually attracts people, right? And so it's doing the opposite thing. In Gemini Mercury, there you go. There you go. It literally lays you out for being an extroverted person, even though your mind is telling you, run away. Run away. Go home. Go home. Don't deal with this. Get the fuck away. But you're always taking risks in order to venture out of your comfort zone, which can be really good, or it can be really, really, really bad. And it can debilitate you for months, just on the account of having a bad experience with someone, right? Gemini Sun, Leo Moon, and Gemini, right? Crazy ass person. Crazy dominant person too. So it's crazy that not only are you somebody who's socially anxious, but people also don't get that about you because you play a dominant card. Because you can be dominant. You have the capability of being someone who's very forward and very honest. Yeah, people get really, really rowdy around you. And you always wonder why. You're like, what? Like, is honesty really that hard to find? And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. To be honest and to be forward and to put in the work to almost like tell people about yourself without having to really say much of anything. It's like when you say to someone, I'm a socially awkward bitch. Like, that's what I am. Like, to help you realize, like, I'm not that nigga I'm not that person that you be telling me I am. You know, this is who I am. I'm telling you straight. Like, it is what it is. You get what you get. To be able to say that, it's confidence. That's confidence, man. And you might be like, well, you know, I might be confident, but I'm still so scared. And I'm still so, fuck. That's confidence, baby. Come on now. You know you're a confident person, regardless. But the way I deal with it, like I said, let me rear back around because we get into the Gemini zone of talking and going nowhere, right? As far as where your biggest comfort is, what you always come back to, and I know it's smoking weed, but on the side of that, putting yourself up to tasks. Like, you know, you say yoga and journaling, and sometimes I'm gonna be real, you know, if you feel like you have to force yourself like at internal gunpoint in order to do those things because it's so difficult some days, relax. Do not force yourself. Just do it whenever you remember to, whenever you feel so inspired to. And I would take smoking the same way. Don't put pressure on it where you feel pressure, right? When you start feeling anxious and stuff like that, when you start feeling exhausted, when you start feeling tired, listen to what your body tells you. Listen to what your mind tells you. You're not gonna, like, you know, gain a pot belly overnight and shit just because you don't happen to do your little yoga that particular day. Sometimes you just need a break from people too, and I know that's really, really difficult and hard to achieve when people want to be all up and sniffing your farts and shit. Like, that's the problem too, is that because you're such a dominant creature, people want to be all up in your shit, constantly under you, constantly poking and bugging you in some type of way, and that's something you're going to need to learn to let go. You're someone who's good at dodging people and good at ghosting people, but you're also not good when it comes to someone you care about. It's very, 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 very hard for you to take a step back and take a step away. You get obsessive. Come on now. It's also anger, and anger is another thing. That's where you need to start boxing, shadow boxing or something. Do something a little bit more aggressive than yoga. Start punching pillows and shit. There ain't nothing wrong with anger neither. It's not a negative thing. And nor is anxiety, in my opinion. Those are not negative feelings and emotions. They're natural. So taking them as they go is important. Yeah, and I was just about to get off, y'all. My fucking throat's getting dry and shit. Y'all be coming up in here. I'm planning on getting it on tonight again. So later tonight though. I haven't been out here that long, just 2 hours and 30, like, you know, my usual. But to be honest with you, like I said, I'll be losing my shit. I'll be losing my voice. My shit be dry. If you guys got something quick to ask me, I can do a quick read. I'll do something quick. Give you a little something. Just to tide you over until later tonight. Thank you so much. I feel on this other. And sometimes it's that simple. But like I said, when you need a break from motherfuckers, just take a break. There's no guilt involved. Stop feeling guilty over shit that you can't control. You can't control the fact that you get socially drained. So don't try. Drink some tea. I don't drink tea. I don't like tea. I'm not a big fan. The caffeine is just so small in it. My ADHD will not. I need to do, you know what I need to drink? I need to drink 6 cups of motherfucking coffee. I did get my package, and look what I'm using. Look what I've been using today. Thank you, babe. But I'm the type of person where I need like 6 cups of coffee to survive. I don't even know what to ask anymore. Well, we actually had like a very, very, very thorough. I feel like we just had so many traumatizing but goodies today. We really did.
Appreciate everyone who popped through. I love me some coffee. Catch me drinking up 6 cups straight. Just because, like I said, you know, my mind goes places. And I don't smoke no more and I don't drink no more. So now I just, I drink caffeine. Which is also not good, but, you know. Well, who says that? Whatever. Fuck whoever says that. Check again today. Okay. Alright, you got a couple going. Alright. Thank you, Mrs. Thank you. If I want to drink 6, I want to drink 6. Trust and believe. Too late. Yeah. I'm gonna do donate yes or no. Okay. So basically at only quick things. Now if you're looking for a general, I'm not the one to ask right now. If you're looking for something fast, just real quick before I you know, skedaddle. And I like I said, I wanna be on later tonight anyways. I wanna see what the vibe is tonight. Just because I've been feeling very intuitive lately and been having all these little trips, these little dreams and shit. So I want to see what people is doing. Yes or no, is my money coming this week? You know what? We out here, we gonna use the pendulum. Is your money coming this week? We out here using the pendulum. Is your money coming this week? If you don't know how the pendulum works, swinging forward is a yes, swinging side to side is a no, and swinging, you know, across like this is a maybe. So let's see. And maybe usually means it's dependent on something. Okay, is you getting your money this week? Is you getting it this week? Okay, can you give me the answer? Are we getting it this week? Yes. That's a yes. That's a solid yes. You're getting your money this week. That is a solid yes. We'll do it even one more time. Are you going to get your money this week? That's a yes. You're getting your money this week. Yes and yes. Now, if you want a more extended answer, then I can obviously give you that. What's your question? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, because you trying to ask about your boo. That's why you keep coming through like that. All right, let me know about him. Let me know about him. You is getting your money. Oh, okay. This is not about your boo. It's about some money. Now you shocked me. Now you surprised me. Said I won't ask it because I don't want to know. All right. Interview with Company K in Miami today. It's an entry level position. Is it worth it for me? Especially because I'm trying to relocate there, but I don't want to act out of desperation. Let's see. Is it worth it for you? And if they say yes, I want to ask why. Is this worth it for you? You said I'm about these dollars. There's plenty of it. Said, please. You Virgos in your little sensitive parts. And don't tell me I'm wrong, because I know I'm right. Trust and believe. I love Virgos, y'all. Y'all give me that goofy feeling. Alright. Is this worth it for you? Is this worth it for you? Give it. Give it to me straight now. I don't know what's happening. They struggling a little bit. You're wrong. Oh, please. And you know when you said that, you giggled a little bit too. You laughed about it a little bit. You know you did. And you know you did. Virgo can't play with me. I already know what y'all up to. Alright. You know you're wrong. That's okay. That's alright. I'm a Virgo. I love Virgos. I'm very fond of y'all. Is you gonna get it? What is going on with this thing? And is it worth it? It says you're gonna get it, right? It says you would definitely get it.
And now as saying on whether it's worth it, it's kind of a maybe situation. So I'm gonna look into it. Let me look. Why is it a maybe? What would be the benefit of this job, and what would be the cons of this job? Let me know. What would be the benefit? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, it's taking a risk. It said, though you would be happy, I think, because even though it's entry level, it is the bag. You can't really complain about the bag. You wouldn't be really getting paid much though, and I feel like you would have no time to relax, even though you would be getting paid shitty. So I heard something about working doubles or something like that. So like you'd be getting paid shitty, and you would have no strength at the end of the day. You'd be like sucked, like completely dry, like vampiric type energy. And I don't think that's the type of shit that you're looking for. Though you are looking for a damn job, and you're looking to get that, run me my money, run me my money. At the same time, you're not looking for something that just takes and takes and takes from you, and takes from all of your time. It's like you don't even get the time to fucking breathe type shit. And it's like, it's not worth the money in that aspect, okay? So that's the cons. What's more pros in this situation? What's the pros? The Tower in the reverse. I would be real. I think there's more cons. There's not many pros. They say you be drinking more or smoking more or something in order to compensate for this job, because it'd be so fucking exhausting and depressing. Because they got the depression card hanging out here. They said, you think you be feeling shit now, and I know you be feeling exhausted and tired at times now, but like they really be talking about this idea of being not good, not so good. They said they work people to the bone, and then at the end of the day you have no time and no room for yourself. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. I think many people try to go into the same job with the same idea, where it's like, okay, it's a benefit. Oh my god, they try to get up in there and say, what? Like, damn, y'all doing all this? Oh shit, it's Miami, bitch. I think they try to go up in there with that type of energy, and then instantly they feel depression hit. And when the wave of depression hits from how bad this shit is, everyone's like wanting to kill. My bad. Everyone's want to like eat each other up in there, beat on each other up in there. Okay, that's what I see. It's just another shit job, a shit situation. It makes you question your self-worth. Doesn't allow you to live your life. So, I'm glad that that's just a fucking interview and it ain't nothing too serious. He said it is a part of sales, so I'm not surprised. Well, you get what you get, right? But at the end of the day, not all of them are like that. It's just simply when you paid like this, fuck. When you paid like that, you might as well be fucking selling $1 flip flops on the side of the road type shit. Like that's what they basically be saying. You might as well be out there selling fucking Dollar General flip flops on the side, and you'll be making more money. So, come on now. Fucking ridiculous, for real. Damn, I can't even pick up the goddamn car. But I want to be, like I said, I'm gonna be on tonight. Chanclas, for real, some nasty ass. Already got the fucking footprint in the goddamn shoe. Like you can sell them motherfuckers and be making a profit, for real. And anyways, Virgos and Geminis, both of them have that salesperson thing about them, where Virgo will tell you the straight truth. They will tell you literally everything bad about the product before you buy it, and then they tell you the good things. But Gemini is more like they will sell you a fucking dollar in a dream type shit. They will sell you a motherfucking booger and talk about how golden that shit is, how shiny that shit is. You know what I mean? And so Virgo has the capability of actually being incredibly good at sales, or incredibly bad, honestly, because, at the end of the day, depending on what you're selling, if you're not happy about your goddamn job, you're going to ruin everyone's goddamn life up in that bitch. And I already know, the diva takes centerfold. The diva takes centerfold. The diva said, I'm basically the boss here, and if I'm not in a boss position, you already know. I ain't gonna deal with no old bitch ahead. It don't matter who's been here 28 years, 25 years. I know best. So don't be playing with me like that. I already know what the fuck I'm doing. Don't be trying to teach me. No, don't be trying to show me nothing like that. Miss Virgo. I know y'all. Don't play with me. I love me, Virgos. Y'all are so fucking funny, dude. Very funny. So funny, dude. It's nuts. No, but I'm very similar. But I'm a type, you know, like I said, I could sell a booger, you know? I could sell a motherfucking booger. But I work hard for that booger. So don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it, don't play with it. I only throw chanclas straight, you know. You don't sell them, you throw them. Alright, let me hop off. Let me hop off because I want to go eat. I'm going to go eat. Thank you everyone who sat up in here. Kept the nest hot. Hot. I'm going to be on later. I like I said, I'm sure about it. I'm 1,000% sure. This ain't one of those where I'm gaslighting. I'm for 1,000% sure that I'm going to be on later. Alright. I appreciate y'all. Malibu, thank you so much for the decks. Thank you everyone who donated, everyone who popped through and said, what? Thank you so much. I love when y'all pop through. I love when my crowd, my little, you know, my buds pop through. Y'all make my day because y'all goof. Y'all goof and gas. And we talk serious too. We talk shop too. Alright, y'all. Thank you, love you, and I see you.